Hey everybody, it's CheckTheFX coming at you with another Minecraft tutorial, and today we're going over a continuation of our previous tutorial. Last time I showed how to automate the process of loading a Shulker box in order to have a far more compact form of storage inside a double chest or a single chest. What we're going to do now is actually go through a tutorial of how to unload a Shulker box. Now this is a technique that, well, to be honest, I haven't seen too much being done on this on YouTube, so this is probably going to be a first. So hopefully it end up being the first one that does that. That'll be nice. But yeah, so this is December 30th, 2016, and this will be my tutorial on how to make a automated Shulker box unloading system. So unpackaging or unloading a Shulker box into a chest, completely automated, and so the contacts go in one chest while the empty Shulker box will go into the other chest. So without further ado, let's get to the tutorial. So as mentioned before, if you haven't checked it out, I would suggest checking out my previous episode on how to build this contraption. That's the automated loading system on how to load a Shulker box. But I also, now this is, of course, I don't think is the most compact method you could possibly have. I know for sure this is definitely not the most compact method that's there, but the principle is there. Now this is probably one of the few ones that only uses a single piston and has only a single dropper and doesn't, a single dispenser, and doesn't use any type of observer blocks. So in other words, it's pretty server friendly. It's something that you can build in survival. So it's very low in resources. So yeah, that's that one there. I would definitely say to have a look at that on the previous episode. I will leave a link to that in the description. So here I have 4 Shulker boxes that are here. So I've already had them preloaded here with several items, and I'm going to go ahead and pick these up and keep those in my inventory for later. And here we have our actual mechanism that we have. So this device, what it does is it takes your prepackaged Shulker boxes, it doesn't matter what color, and then it will separate them, so you'll have your Shulker boxes in here, and then your items will be in here. So if I go ahead and put this in, let's go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3, all 4 of them. Put those in, they go in, and they get automatically loaded. Hopefully I got the... There it goes. Yep, that's the smaller one. That's there. Of course, the more items there are in this, the longer it takes. And if you go ahead and take a look in here, we have all our items loading in from there, and also you have your red Shulker box. That was the first one that went in. Now this one is probably going to take a little longer because we've got a full, I think almost a couple of stacks of stone in there. So we'll just have to wait for that to finish. Once that's done, it will drain all the items out of the Shulker box. The piston will fire and turn the Shulker box into an item, which will then go into this chest over here. And then, since we have still a couple more Shulker boxes in the dispenser, it'll go ahead and dispense another Shulker box in order for that to be unloaded. And that's essentially how this thing operates. Now, one thing, unfortunately, is you can't actually open up this Shulker box because it's got another block above it, so we can't actually see what's inside it. But we can actually, just take a look inside here. It looks like I might have put a little bit too much in this particular Shulker box. If I take a look in my inventory, yep, I think this was the one that had a lot of items stored in there. So yeah, we're gonna have to wait for that to finish off. Okay, there it goes. There's the second one, I believe. Let's see. Yep, that's the second one. This is our third one. There it goes. There you go. That's the third, and this is the final fourth one. That's there. You can see all the items that are going into this chest. There you go. There's your 4th Shulker box right there. And all of them are gone. You can go ahead and take a look through all of your dispensers, all your inventory blocks that are there, the hoppers, see if there's anything inside. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this one here. And that one, nope, everything's fine, and all my items are all on my chest here. Nice, nice. So I have effectively made a completely automated shulker box unloading system, which will actually separate the items from your shulker boxes. Now the question is, how on earth does this thing work? So first of all, you're going to need to take into account that you have two types of items that you need to basically gather. One is your regular items, and the other one is a shulker box. Now I can tell you something: shulker boxes are fairly difficult to sort on their own using traditional sorting methods, item sorting methods. So basically, you have to do is have the hoppers turn on and off in order for this to work. Well, let me just explain this thing while we're building it. So let's go through to a building tutorial. So to start off with our build, we're going to have this 5-long platform with the middle part having a little protrusion like this. And what we're going to do is go ahead and place your piston down like this. We're going to break through this block over here, and actually I shouldn't do that because I want to be able to later on have a couple of blocks down. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down like this, so that you have a shape of a T that's there. Take out this block now, and then go ahead and I'm going to replace my piston with a hopper, and in my inventory that is. Place one piston facing down this way, and then we have another piston that would be going into this one like this one like so, like that. Now we're going to go ahead and break this down, and we're going to have another piston, another hopper going down like this. Once you're done with that one, then you can go ahead and actually add another block going this way, and then you have another hopper that would go down, end up going into this block right there. So take that one out, and there we go. Now we're going to take our comparator. This is to test to see if your shulker box has any items in it. So that's why we have that there. Now what we have to do is also make sure that these two hoppers don't let anything through when the shulker box is placed. Okay, so first off, let's go ahead and put our dispenser. So we're going to put the dispenser on top. So let's go ahead and build this up a bit like that. Whoop. Break your blocks over here. Take a dispenser block right underneath, and there you go. We can go ahead and break that. Now let's go ahead and do what we have to do in order to lock our hoppers. To lock the hoppers, what we're going to do is we're going to take the blocks like that, break this block over here, put another block underneath. We're going to take a redstone torch, because whenever you and then we're going to just go ahead and put the redstone torch here and here. Why we're doing this is because this is applying power to this hopper. We'll go ahead and I'll break this off just to demonstrate. I'll go ahead and toss this redstone dust into the hopper there, and you can see it does not go through. Now if you look through here, whoops, if I look at this one here, you can see nothing's there, nothing's in there, and nothing's in this one here. If I go ahead and take, you can see the redstone dust is there. If I go ahead and take this dropper out, you can see now it ends up going into this hopper, but it doesn't go into this one because this one is locked. If I go ahead and take it out of here, now you'll see it's no longer in here, and it's also no longer in here because it's passed through it and it's gone into this bottom one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this back and then put these two back in. There we go. So now we have our locked hoppers. Let's go ahead and put in our dispenser again. So I'm going to put this back on, build it up, and then take these two out. Take our dispenser like so, and put it underneath like that. There we go. Now our dispenser is set and ready to go. Now we're gonna have to figure out a way to try and make sure that if there is nothing that's been placed here, because if you have shulker boxes placed here, then the comparator will indicate if it's full or not, so it can detect it that way. But what if you have nothing there and you have items in here? So we're gonna have to, if we have like pack shulker boxes in the dispenser. So let's go ahead and make a mechanism that's going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and put this on like here, put this like that, close off, and then we're going to put a comparator on this side as well to test the dispenser. Next we're going to do is take a block and put that on top of the dispenser like so, and then also put a observer block pointing down at your comparator so you can check to see if anything goes on and off with the comparator. So let's go ahead and put this on like this. You have your system that's going to check to see is there anything inside the dispenser, and that's going to allow your any loaded any loaded shulker boxes that have items in them that are in the dispenser will end up getting pushed down and put onto the little area here, okay, on top of the hopper. Next, we're going to have a way to control these two torches with this redstone comparator over here. So first we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we have a repeater set for this one over here. So let's put that one down, and there we go. We have a repeater that's going to go and feed into this. Now what we're going to have is we're going to need to get something to control this. So for that, we're going to go ahead and put this down here, and then we're going to stick in this one over here like so. And then we're also going to take another block, put it like this, take another two over here, break this one, and we're going to have another repeater going into here. Now you may notice that this one is turned off and this one is turned on over here, and that means we're going to have this redstone repeater having power going into this one in order to turn this one on, this redstone torch on back on again. Now we're going to get back to that in a bit. Now let's go ahead and try and bring our output out from here. So we're going to go ahead and build this out right around like so, and we're going to bring it out to here. There we go. Now we have our little section here. We're going to go ahead and take our redstone wire and bring it out all the way around like so. Now of course how you put the wire doesn't really matter. You can also put it this way if you want to, like in my previous build. Just take this out, and then you have a little bit more space in the corner like that. There you go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to put a redstone torch over here, and then take a take another building block like that, put one here and then one below it, break this one, and then go ahead and put a redstone dust right there. There you go. Now you can see that the power gets over here, and then we have both of them back on again. Now looking back at our previous model, you want to make sure that these two torches go in a particular pattern, so or order. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's put the red shulker in there. You can see they both turn off at the same time, but then the bottom one turns on before the top one. So to do that, we're going to have to use a repeater lock with a very, very long delay on the locking repeaters. So let's go ahead and put that in. So I've already made my platform as 2 by 6. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your repeaters, go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Set these all to full ticks there, making sure that that one over there is on 3 ticks, and set this one onto 2 ticks like that. Then you take your redstone dust and connect it up like this. Another thing you're going to make sure is that, let's say the signal here is going to be too weak. You want to make sure that you want to have this signal boosted. So let's go ahead and put this on, and put this on full ticks right here, so that we have enough of a delay from the time that the shulker box is dispensed to the time that we actually have the torches turning off, and also then the piston also firing as well. Next we need something to have the piston fire. So to do that, let's go ahead and try and take the signal out from the torch that's on the bottom, since that one's going to be firing, or actually turning on before this one, and we want to make sure that this one's off so that we can actually have our items go to the middle level. And it's going to go ahead and bring this up like so, and then we can go ahead and bring this like so and put it up like this. Now what we do is we take your redstone dust, make some redstone wire like this. Get your repeater. Make sure you put it on this side over here so that it doesn't end up connecting with this one here. Take a comparator like so, and then we'll set this to about 2-3 ticks around there, and then go ahead and put this like that. Now we have our monostable circuit. That's right there, and we're going to go ahead and continue feeding this in. Next, we're going to go ahead and take our blocks like this, and then we're going to take a redstone current that goes this way. Take our repeaters, put 2 repeaters down so that we have no redstone dust or wire connecting to the comparator and none connecting on this side. Go ahead and put full ticks on this one, and then we have 2 ticks on this, and then stick your redstone dust like so. Then you have to make sure that it stays disconnected, so you want to put a block like that in order to cut off the wire. Next, we want to make sure that if we happen to have any more shulker boxes, or multiple shulker boxes in the dispenser, that these shulker boxes will get dispensed by the dispenser after the piston has dealt with the shulker box before it. So let's go ahead. Now, in order to do that, we need to get this signal over into the dispenser and have it timed such that the total delay here is less than the delay that goes to the dispenser. So to do that, let's go ahead, we're going to break this off, put another block like this, and then we're going to go ahead and bring this up like so. Next, we're going to take a block, we're going to take a block and a block like so, break this one, and then put a half slab on the bottom like so. Then we can go ahead and actually we can take this out from here if we like, even like that, and then we're going to go ahead and put it like this, and take your redstone torch. So I take a couple of blocks like this, and we can go ahead and now put your, so let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and take this out like this, and also put one like here. Okay, so now we put max ticks on all these, and then put finally the one over here that's going to go into this one here so that it goes up to that, and then we're going to go ahead, also actually goes into the dispenser, and then we're going to go ahead and put this one here, again max ticks. Next, of course, we're going to take a hopper and stick your hopper right in here, and then we can go ahead and take a chest, and we'll go ahead and put our chest in here like so. Right, put like that. Now we can close this off, put a chest here, and then put another chest over here. There we go. Now you can always bring these hoppers out further if you want and have a wall put up or whatever the case is, or have them connected to different other modules, for instance like the loading module as opposed to the unloading module, and be able to make them work accordingly. Once you're done with this, another thing you can do is actually to connect it up with your other module, the loading module, and that way you can take whatever empty shulker boxes are here and end up putting it back into this dispenser here. So that with these two systems, you actually don't have to have a user dealing with shulker boxes directly, as with most people who've never been in Minecraft before. If you look at the chest, you can recognize, okay, that's a chest. But if you look at a shulker block or shulker box, you're not going to be able to tell what the heck it is right off the top of your head. So that's why it's probably better. It's also it's more user friendly. So that's all we have for this tutorial. Please stay tuned for the next video when we'll be going over an auto sorter method that uses both these modules plus a traditional sorting module instead of in order to do the sorting portion. I will leave a link to the shulker loader module tutorial in the description of this video, so please look at that, and also look forward to any further updates with any upcoming videos as well. I hope you managed to enjoy the tutorial. If you did, please leave a like. You always remember to subscribe and hit the bell. We have to do that for YouTube these days. And also, if you is any other type of tutorials you want to see, or is there anything that you want me to try, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And just make sure you keep it clean. This is Chuck Effects signing off. I will see you in the next video. Peace.